Time management in the peer tutoring session. Training number 2. Assignment of tutee and initial contact. I assign the initial meeting between a tutor and tutee. Upon hire, I will share a Google Schedule doc with you, the tutor, in order to determine when you are available to work. Students requesting tutoring fill out a similar form. Then I simply match agreeable days and times. Here's an example of the student tutoring request form. Both you and the student will be alerted of the initial session by email, and I ask students to respond back to those emails indicating that they are able to make the first session. After that first session, it is up to you and your tutee to decide when to meet next. Some tutor pairs choose to keep the same day and time week to week. Others like more flexibility when scheduling. That is up to you and your student to decide together. One thing that I do recommend is that you contact your student prior to your first meeting. Introduce yourself and request that they bring their syllabus, textbook, notes, and any other pertinent class material to your first session. Start your first session by getting to know your student and helping them feel more comfortable. Get to know their interests and their background. Read through the tutee contract with them. A blank copy of this is located in our tutoring drawer in the corner hutch, and share the expectations for tutoring. Both of you should sign the contract, and then it should be returned to me. The tutee contract helps set the tone and parameters for your tutoring sessions. It also sets the expectations for what your role is as a tutor. You are here to support classroom and textbook learning, not take the place of the professor. Students should be aware that they are expected to continue to attend class and take diligent notes, be committed to attending weekly tutoring sessions, be prepared for tutoring by having completed necessary readings and by bringing required notes, books, and documents to sessions, and have completed homework ahead of time. I do understand that on occasion, a student may not be able to complete their homework without tutor support because they do not understand it, but an effort should still be made. Then, in session, you, the tutor, can assist them with completing that assignment. During your first session, you are going to want to get an idea of what your students' needs are in the class. Are they struggling with quizzes and tests, homework, understanding the readings, understanding the professor? Listen and ask questions to best determine how to move forward in your sessions. Here are some leading questions you may want to ask. Are you able to differentiate between the critical and less relevant concepts in the class? Meaning, are you able to determine what is most important and what is less important? Are you using your study time well, or do you need help with understanding the best way to organize that time? Is the reading overwhelming or difficult to understand? Are you having difficulty with writing? Are your class notes detailed and complete? If a student is struggling with any of these questions or others that are not mentioned here, even if you are not sure how to proceed, come see me and we can talk through the student's needs and come up with a plan of action together. Tutoring sessions typically run about 45 to 50 minutes long, so set short-term goals that can be accomplished during that time frame. The last 10 minutes should be used to schedule your session for the following week and to enter your notes in the tutor logbook. The tutor logbooks are located in our tutoring drawer in the corner hutch. If your student has been tutored by another tutor this semester, they will already have a dedicated sheet organized by last name. If not, fill out a blank one found in the front of the books and add it to the proper log by last name. Here's a sample of the logbook sheet. 2 to 3 sentences about your session should suffice. Subsequent sessions. Again, I recommend that you contact your student prior to every session as a reminder and to determine what they want to work on ahead of time. Do whatever prep work is necessary for that. This is important. You can log up to 1 hour a week prep time per student for any prep work you do prior to a session. So be sure to prep for sessions and make sure you get paid for this. Start your session with about 5 minutes of review or a recap of the prior session and to see how the student's week has been since then. How did they do in their test? Did they understand their homework? How is the note-taking going? Etc. Take another 5 minutes to spend on setting the goals for that day's session. I will be going over the concept of the gradual release of responsibility in a separate training. But for now, as a brief preview, it is a way to structure your tutoring session. Introducing the topic or concept for about 5 minutes, modeling the concept for about 5 minutes, practicing together 15 to 20 minutes, and then giving the student time to attempt it on their own, the last 10 minutes. End each session with a quick review of topics covered and action points for the upcoming week, such as your student will read X number of pages, or study and memorize certain notes, or reorganize their notes, make flashcards, etc. And as already mentioned, schedule your next session at the end of each session. If your student requests a second session during the week, or you believe one will be beneficial, and your schedule can support that, feel free to add extra sessions. Simply email me to let me know. Lastly, be a role model by being on time, coming prepared, setting goals, and keeping your scheduled appointments. That's it. Thank you so much.